And motherhood has been a huge part of your story, including unimaginable loss. How did losing two children to SIDS change you?
Well, they weren't at the same time.
Mhm.
So I had the twins, when I turned 18, and, it was really a slow crawl, honestly, like, I had them and they were so small. Elizabeth was 3 pounds, 15 ounces, and Delicia was 4 pounds, 8 ounces, and Delicia was the bigger twin, so she was really healthy and, or so we thought, and
Mhm.
Elizabeth, she was so small that she couldn't even fit in the preemie car seat, like, we couldn't
Aw.
even release her because there was no way to transport her.
Yeah.
So they ended up separating the twins and discharging me with the bigger one, right away. So, like, the minute that happened, Elizabeth was sick. Like, she just like gave up, and it was so hard to manage that. And so, for a month and a half, I really thought Elizabeth was going to die. I had so many doctors tell me that. I think I emotionally distanced myself from my daughter, and it's something I didn't know I was doing. Her first day back from the hospital, though, her sister Delicia died in her sleep to SIDS. And that, you know, it didn't even end there. Elizabeth went right back into the hospital. So it
Right.
was just like this slow, just
Goodness.
crawl of just like medical issues and just never knowing, like, are my children going to die? And
Mhm.
I'm still 18. Like, I still
Yeah.
haven't finished high
Yes.
school. I literally, so when a child dies in the home, what people don't tell you is, this isn't NCIS, they
Right.
don't just do an autopsy and it takes 2 days and you're cool. When a child dies in the home, CPS will come in and forcefully take your living child away from you in your moment of grief until an autopsy, which takes about 2 months, can be
Wow.
proven that there is no foul play. So I did that and I fought tooth and nail to turn off my emotions, which was my original switch, and just do what I had to do to check the boxes and get her back. At a year after this happened, I found out I was pregnant again. And I was mortified. I was so scared. I just knew that because we had no real answers, that I couldn't protect a baby. It
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
matter, like, if they were in my uterus or any or out in the world, like, I was so scared of that loss again, and so my 2nd pregnancy was filled with absolute terror. I was always in and out of the doctor, and eventually, I ended up actually getting gallstones, and when I went in, because I assumed my baby had kicked out my rib, humanly impossible, by the way.
Right.
I found I had gallstones, and they went to have an amniocentesis to see if the baby's lungs were ready,
Mhm.
uh, to be born, because I guess you can tell that way, and there was no amniotic fluid. So I ended up giving birth to another baby girl, and she lived for 16 days before she passed in her sleep as well. Something that really kind of fueled my I have to have control because each time my children died, they were in the care of my husband. Well, he was my husband at this time. So, there that breeds a lot of ugly questions and a lot of
Mhm.
fear, and I
Mhm.
became super good at flipping that switch of no emotions at all. I just turn it off and I do what I had to do to get my oldest daughter back.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing all that. That is a lot. And like you said, you were only 18, 19 years old going through all
Yep.
that. I can't imagine. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. I think anybody would kind of turn off or have to turn off part of them to even function. So I completely understand